back to my Mental Health and Crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is on my thoughts, my speculations, and my opinions. This is the case of the Idaho. May the victims rest in peace. The person on the left with the large machete trigger warning is Emily A., Zana's friend. I really want to know if the detectives and the FBI have gone through all their social media. Now, this large machete can do all kind of damages, whether it's gouges or other serious damages, fatal damages. All of these students, or many of these students, did have weapons. Why weren't they checked? Emily is really close to Zana. There was rumors being said that they fell off. Zana wasn't speaking to Emily, allegedly, a couple of days before the unalivings. They could have been speaking, but things weren't the way they're supposed to be. Could this have been a setup? I've seen DM with a knife. I've seen Emily with a knife. I've seen Jack D with a hatchet. I wonder where this large machete is now.
Injuries were significantly more brutal than her best friend Maddie's injuries.
The father of Xana Kernodle says her wounds show she fought for her life.
Bruises, maybe hurt by the knife or whatever. She's a tough kid.
Xana Kernodle put up a fierce fight when the attacker set upon her, repeatedly grabbing the attacker's knife, so much so that she sustained deep cuts to her fingers and that her fingers were nearly severed. These sources also say that Ethan Chapin suffered a slash to the neck.
And not only slash, allegedly, according to this person, but these injuries that you're talking about on the hands, these are going to be incised wounds as well. Not necessarily slashes, but this is as a result of grabbing hold of the blade and pulling it through the hand. These are not stab wounds. I can tell you that definitively based upon my experience.
Just a few minutes after noon that there were 4 homicides, but I didn't go to the scene because of law enforcement doing their investigation first, so I didn't actually go to the scene until about 5 or 5:30. The scene because of law enforcement doing their investigation first, so I didn't actually go to the scene until about 5 or 5:30.
Whispered around town. The 4 had been stabbed to death. So troubling, some first responders were kept out altogether.
My friend has a friend, knew an EMT, and they weren't even allowed to go in.
Because of scene?
Yeah, somebody had done something really bad.
Through, for our viewers, kind of the process between when police show up and then you guys getting the bodies and doing your examinations.
Sure. Well, law enforcement goes through and looks for any evidence, takes videos and pictures of everything in there, and they'll start talking with people. So I don't really need to be there for that. They can't move the bodies. I mean, the bodies have to stay as they were until the coroner gets there. So that's what my job.
Saying the autopsies have found the time of death sometime after 2 a.m. Autopsies have found the time of death sometime after 2 a.m.
So it looks like the victims unfortunately passed away sometime after 2 a.m. It doesn't necessarily mean it's 2 a.m. exactly, but sometime after 2 a.m. I remember that from the very beginning. And that would make sense with the timeline. We hear all the commotion going on when it comes to Ethan and Zana. When we look at the grub truck and hear the crowd yelling Zana and Ethan's name, that is at 2 a.m. And in my opinion, it looks like Zana and Ethan were unalived in front of 1119 King Road. Ryan from the Sigma Chi, Jack Catridge, his friend, clearly had a care bar. He said, rule number 1, eliminate the largest threat in the room. That should have been Ethan. He said that they pre-planned the quadruples in September. I find it strange. On the 12th of September 2022, there was a vandals alert put up in the college, in the university, because someone was threatening students with knives. Trigger warning. Wonder if it could have been Ryan. But yet again, Emily has a large machete. I showed y'all that John Showalter, who I always believed was a suspect from day one, in my opinion, was carrying weapons, both in his jacket and his black jeans pant. All these people were carrying. And I don't believe they were investigated. So it's Ryan on the left who had this K-bar, but look at the one on the right. He was at the grub truck. Look at his pocket. He seems to be carrying a K-bar too. What was actually going on in this university? Jack Catridge has taken pictures with Maddie. Was Maddie the main target? The clothes that they have drawn on this piece of paper looks like what Maddie was wearing the night she was bullying DM. Halloween night. The dress looks exactly the same. I believe this is a part of the crime scene. It should be. I see 2 people on the floor. In my opinion, he's actually taking pictures of the unalived victims. All I did was zoom in, nothing else. He caught my attention in the beginning, not because he was walking out to the door, since they speeded it. Could have been walking and not running, but that's not important. What is important is who would be taking pictures at 3:33 at night of victims of something on the ground, and the victims. This is really sad. This is all my opinion, allegedly. What is interesting is the timing. It's 3:33. Do you all remember what happens at 3:33? At exactly 3:33, when this guy's taking the pictures, even although I've zoomed out, you can clearly see there's something on the floor, something on the ground from there. Just have to zoom in. But this timeline is really important for me. 3:33. 3:33 a.m. This is the same time DM is uploading pictures and taking pictures at 1122 King Road. It's the same time the figure is running after the car, and it's the same time the figure is taking pictures on his phone device of the bodies on the ground, allegedly. Trigger warning. 3:33. This picture was taken at 3:33 too. I believe, and it was said that it was DM with the pink mask and her boyfriend Quinn Kelly, allegedly. Or it could be the opposite, DM with the black mask and Quinn Kelly with the pink. I've seen pictures of DM with a pink mask and 3 other girls. Isn't it interesting that all this was happening at 3:30 and 3:33? Quinn Kelly said he wasn't there that night, but I do not believe that. I believe he was one of the main suspects, in my opinion. He allegedly had a cut on his lip. This person, the cut on his lip too, could be anyone. I've heard it's Quinn Kelly allegedly, but yet again we've heard it's David B. He himself said that on Amazon Prime. He said that he was being compared to this picture. And at the same time I've heard it's Showalter. Somebody took this picture at 3:30 on Snapchat Geo. Looks like David B, honestly, in my opinion. And it could look like Alpha Kappa Lambda fraternity's president, Nick Scott Green, his son. They all have these slit eyes. I am shocked that DM is collecting over 110K over the fate of these 4 poor victims. She didn't even call 911. If she called 911, I would have understood. I would have understood why people are donating to her. I wonder what she did with the ping pong table. Was this after they cleaned the scene, or was this before? And she's showing her finger, middle finger. This was a personal revenge unaliving, in my opinion. They all were targets. But I think DM was more out for Maddie and Kaylee, because Zana and Ethan, his bodies, God forbid, is clearly lying outside. Look at the floor. It looks so sticky and dark red. It didn't look like that with the crime scene. Wow. I believe this is what the Banfield boys were looking at. When they kept on looking into the bushes, there were people in the bushes, and there was weapons, in my opinion. I wonder if, allegedly, Kaylee and Maddie could have been unalived in DM's room, and Zana and Ethan were alived outside 1119 King Road. Just wondering. Were the victims gagged, allegedly? The timing is 3:33 a.m. in the morning. Isn't that strange? DM is taking pictures with mask. DM is taking pictures, showing a middle finger. This guy is taking pictures outside that house. That is the reason I don't believe Brian Kohlberger did this. And if he did this, there were many other people involved. They have the audacity to be taking pictures. Poor victims. Please like, share, and subscribe. Have a lovely evening.